few days ago, we began to talk about this whole issue concerning what's going on. America, Nigeria, terrorists. It's not just praying. It's understanding what the Lord said and what the Lord is saying so we can pray right. There's good things about praying long, but there are better things about praying accurately. And even more than praying, understanding what the Lord is saying and doing even allows you to position more accurately. I'm saying that because of what we're likely to see in the days ahead. What do I mean? What are we likely to see? We must understand the gravity of what is happening in Nigeria today. I'm not talking about what people are saying. I'm talking about what God is saying. It's going to affect everyone. It may even affect some of the diaspora worse than Africa. Of course, this is what Satan is planning for Africa. This is Satan's intervention for what God wants to do. And this has been long in the build-up. Because right now, there are people praying, and their specific prayer is against the Christian genocide in Nigeria. There's a rampant Christian killings in Nigeria, and it's really bad and it's terrible, and the numbers are not good. However, the problem is not the Christian-Muslim thing. The problem is that people are being killed in numbers in the northern part of Nigeria, and the people killed are both Christians and Muslims. A few days ago, I said they are not recording the deaths that happened between Fulani Muslims and Hausa Muslims. There's a lot of that that's going on already, and it's going on. There was a documentary 2023 on that. What is happening is primarily economic. It's not really because they want to come and help us. Somebody said, but you're a firm supporter of Donald Trump. Well, absolutely, yes. Yes, I am. So then why are you saying this? The Lord raised Josiah, one of the saddest stories in the Bible. The Lord raised him to be king over Israel. Israel had divided into two, Judah and Israel. The Lord raised him. The Lord had prophesied about him from the time of Jeroboam that a king is going to come who will burn the ashes of priests, of your fake priests, on these your altars. Josiah did that. He was called as a king, but was a revivalist king. Such revival that guy brought to Israel. At the peak of the work he was doing, the king of Egypt, Necho, was going to wage a war, and he decided that was going to attack the king of Egypt. And the king of Egypt sent him a warning. He said, don't come. He said, it is God of heaven that sent me on this mission. He said, don't come and attack me. Josiah disguised. He was going to attack, and Josiah was killed. Sad. Too young to die. Such great work going on. It's possible to be called, honored, brought into what God has told you to come into, and you are doing it. Transgression means to trespass outside the calling. That's one way of transgression. You can trespass outside of your calling or outside of your place of call. This is the enemy. Even for them, there are economic reasons behind what's going on. I give you the example of this man who said this. This guy is called Eric Prince. Comes from a very privileged background. He's the brother of Betsy DeVos, former Secretary of Education under Trump, strong supporter of Trump. This guy, this is what he said about Africa.
Weighing in on the concept of imperialism.
All this talk of illegal migration in Europe, in the United States, it ultimately comes down to a contest of what is governance. Who is governed? Which countries are governed well? And if so many of these countries around the world are incapable of governing themselves, then it's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at there.
Exactly.
National security interests are at there.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually making their country better.
People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough. That guy, Eric Prince, walks the corridor of power, not just in America. This guy said this last year. The guy that said this, that said the reason why he wants to do this, and I'm using him, he's not the only example. We don't have time. Because of the way their leaders are looting. He says, I feel so sorry for them.
If you go to these countries and you see how they suffer under absolutely corrupt, made-up governments that are just criminal syndicates, the people of Africa, the people of Latin America, a lot of them deserve better. Now,
by the way, what he's saying is not a lie. I hope you know. The government, the mess going on is true. But is he saying it because he wants to help us? What happened to us so far is because the church is not hearing what God is saying. We are full of energy, emotional. We're not making any difference at all spiritually. I hear what so many are saying even now, but they don't know the truth. And so they're praying amiss. Let me show you another part of it. This guy, Eric Prince, that really just just wants to help us. Blackwater, the company that he started, is a mercenary organization. If anyone has done the job of mercenary work into a corporate work, I think Eric Prince holds the mastermind. I'll put in my head of the Wagner guy that died. Blackwater was big in Iraq. We're talking 15 years ago and more. They did a lot of work in Iraq as mercenaries, replacing the American soldiers, and they were kicked out of Iraq because 17 civilians were massacred at some point by Blackwater operatives. So Blackwater is in Congo. They don't call it Blackwater anymore. He sold Blackwater and started a new organization. This time he said they're just training the soldiers there. But there was a deal where the United Nations accused him of wanting to bring 2,500 troops in from Latin America, from South America. He wanted to bring them in to do what? To help do what he wanted to do. Anywhere you see crisis in Africa and there's a lot of mining, mineral resources, you are likely to find a presence in some way of Eric Prince there. This guy that wants to help us. In 2022, UAE, who is another major actor in what's going on in Sudan, they bring in mercenaries. UAE was going to use this guy to bring in mercenaries into Congo, and the United Nations picked it up and spoke out about it. Where United Nations called in a report by a group of experts, they do that regularly, called out Eric Prince by name and his group and what he was doing in Congo. That same guy suddenly shows up and was very instrumental in the truce that happened between Congo and Rwanda, and they brought in America, President Donald Trump, to help broker peace. They said, this is the part you need to see so that you understand what they get from this. This is Reuters exclusive. Trump supporter Prince reaches deal with Congo to help secure mineral wealth. So this guy wasn't behind all this that I'm saying. He's coming to help Congo. They just want to help us in Africa. These guys are so good. Prominent Trump supporter Eric Prince has agreed to help Democratic Republic of Congo secure and tax. He's going to help secure and tax its vast mineral wealth, according to two sources close to the private security executive. The agreement aimed at reaping more revenue from an industry marked by smuggling and corruption was reached between Rwanda-backed M23 rebels. Rwanda-backed M23 rebels launched a major offensive in January. So they are trying to say to us that this agreement happened before January. You know why they are trying to say that to us? Because just a few weeks before April 17th, there was an agreement that was reached between this Rwanda and Congo. And so to show that this thing that they offered the Prince has nothing to do with that agreement, this has happened before January. That's what they are trying to tell us. So they made it clear through Reuters that this happened before a major offensive in January. That's what they are saying to us. And Eric Prince, he really doesn't want Africans to suffer. He has agreed to help Democratic Republic of Congo secure and tax its vast mineral wealth. See, the discussions now on implementing the deal with Prince comes as the US and Congo explore a broader deal on critical mineral partnerships after Congo pitched a mineral security deal to the US President Donald Trump. Congo pitched it, or pressure was put on Congo to pitch it. Well, so I really love the word Reuters used, that he has agreed to help.